This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'd like to be joined by the Benwell bomber Joe Laws this morning. Joe, we've got a lot to talk about, but first and foremost, how are you?
I'm fine, mate. Few black eyes, but I'm finding myself, I'm fine.
That's good to hear. Look, we're here to talk about your fight against Rylan Charlton. Before we get down to the fight itself, you were taken to the hospital as a precaution after the fight. Is everything clear? Are you all good?
I was in the back of the hospital saying to them, ring me ma, ring me nanny, tell my ma, that was just for precaution because obviously I got knocked out. But listen, that's the game I'm in. I've few days past, me bruises healed, and I'm the same old bomber. I was back in the gym yesterday working on just little bits, and I come back and I could sit here all day and make every excuse in the book where I didn't perform. But at the end of the day, I got beat. So whatever I say isn't going to change the result. I'm gonna pick my dummy back up, man up. A loss means fuck all. I'm getting back in the gym. I'm going to be the same old me. I'm going to be wearing the same old mask, the same old cigar. I'll be telling your opponent he's getting knocked out next year, and nothing's changed whatsoever. This is just a blip, and just a little reality check, just to let us know that what can happen in boxing. You know what I mean? And it can happen. It happened, but I come back stronger.
You mentioned the words reality check, Joe, with all the hype you've had behind you with Sky and all the Devin Haney call-outs we've seen in the last year or so. Do you think this could be important, a good lesson, a good reality check for you at this stage of your career?
I still think I beat Devin Haney. No, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, I was what's the word? I was too cocky, I was too this, because that just is me. I'm still me, mate, know what I mean? But I just got beat me last fight. Like, we can't all be for Mayweather in the sport. I got caught off a strong banger. I wasn't 100%, and I paid the price for it. But you know what? I'm young. I've got me health. I've got half Newcastle back in it still. So I'm gonna get back in the gym, back learning, and next year it's gonna be a big year.
Now, imagine at first, when this was all sinking in, it was a hard defeat to take. But you said something on social media that I picked up on, which is, if I want to be an inspiration for my community, which is something we've spoken about, all these kids in Benwell that look up to you, you can't go hiding after a defeat. Why was it important of you to be vocal on social media and not go into hiding after this?
Listen, whatever you do in life, right? If you do something, you finish it off. I started professional boxing, wanting to be world champion, and I'm not going to stop until I'm world champion. I've got the best sponsors in the world who want to support us through the thick, through the thin, through the good, through the bad. No one goes in the sport, no one goes in anything what they do, and just and turns out to be the best at it. You always get hiccups along the way. In the amateurs, before I reached the pinnacle of my career, which was the ABA finals, I got beat 13 times. You know what I mean? I got beat 13 times. I got beat 4 times in a row. 1 point. But my grandma used to always say, your time will come, your time will come. My dad was always supportive, my mum, my brother, and all that. And I just stayed mentally strong. Boxing is a funny sport, and with my style of boxing, it's either going to go really, really, really good or really, really, really bad. And my pro career was going too well. So this is, to be fair, I was going too well. So this is just a little blip in the career. And the next year, I'm going to jump back on the high horse and just keep on moving forward.
Just to go back to the fight itself, Joe, and go over back of that a little bit, Rylan Charlton looked really strong in there. You appeared to have you hurt to the body very early in the fight before anything else. How badly did you feel that body shot?
It was a fucking good one. Like, one day, I was just it was a good body shot. He caught us. My body was loose. My body was empty. It was loose. Caught us. Winded us. Couldn't breathe for about 15 seconds. But tried to keep it in, and Listen, I don't want to take nothing away from Rylan Charlton because I love the underdog. And at the bookies, I was the favourite, yes. But me being a boxing man, I knew it was a hard fight. I knew who's been spawned. I knew his background. I knew it was a pot of 50-50 fight. But on paper, I love the underdog. I love when the underdog comes up out on top and all that. So I don't want to take nothing away from Rylan Charlton because either way, my boxing career is going to go well. I've got the back and I've got the support. I've got the mouth. I can talk the talk. And 99.6% of the time, I can walk the walk. But Ryland, he's a he's like a hidden gem, and hopefully this will propel him in the good things. Know what I mean? I'm not a better person. He caught us. He done a job on us. Fair play to him. After the fight, I knocked on his door, had a good bit of crack, shook hands and that. Because uh, before the fight, I was saying I'm gonna knock you out, which I try to. Know what I mean? Under the circumstances, I try to. That's why I'm not making no excuses because I still was swinging to try and knock him out. So if one of my shots did land and I did knock him out, I'd be sitting yeah with you saying I'm the next best thing, etc. etc. I know what I mean. So I've got to take it on the chin, like a man, like a big hairy horse gadgy, get back in the gym, get back training and come back stronger. Know what I mean? People think a loss a loss is everything. A loss isn't out. Half of Newcastle still want to see his fight. Half of England still want to see his fight. I'm the people's champ. I'm fucking bomber. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fly in my next press conference with a nice cigar, look me opponent square in the eye and say, I'm going to war. So, like I say, I'm just blessed. I've had some really, really, really nice messages of everybody, of boxers, of Conor Ben, you name it. And it just makes us realise why I like boxing so much because 99% of the time, people in boxing are absolutely spot on. But you do get the odd divvy, and I've had the odd hate mail, I've had the odd hate on Twitter. But that's to be expected.
Just the final one on the fight itself, Joe. You said that you sort of went out looking for the knockout, even when you realised you were hurt. When he had hurt you so early, and you knew you were sort of in a bit of trouble in there, was that in your mind that you needed to go for broke and try and get the knockout?
Listen, I always said to people, if I was going to get beat, I'm going to go out my shield. And after that first body shot, I was I was done. I didn't want to be in there. I just, it, to me, it's more frustrating watching it because camp went mint. I'm not saying you're saying camp went shit. Camp went fantastic. Overland's Rotty, I felt like an absolute beast. It was the last 2 weeks over, yeah, where I fucked up. But it is what it is. You learn, you come back, and the the first knockdown between me and you, I'm a man. I'll tell you that was more of a flash knockdown. I didn't see it coming, and I got caught with the left hook, and then I went try to go back on my back foot, and I lost my balance a bit. So that wasn't really a knockdown. In my opinion, I was more off balance. But the second one, he caused me back of the head, and my legs went a bit, and then he caused with the jab overhand right in the forehead, and that's when that just scrambled my senses, and I was down. I was obviously down. I looked at my coach in the eye. He went, breathe. I was breathing. I got an 8. He says, get up. So I got up, and I in the last one, I think it was uppercut straight to the forehead. It was uppercut straight to the forehead. Me scrambles, my senses were still scrambled, and I didn't recover. I tried to get up. I tried to get up. I would have kept on getting up time after time after time again and kept swinging. If it was the pain factor, I would have got up 10 times out of 10, but my legs weren't working right. I tried to get up, but my legs weren't grafting until the count of 15. So fair play to him. He's a strong kid. He's a game kid. And who knows? He could now go on to win a British title, win this title, win that title. I don't even know. We don't know how good he is, but I've just met him early on, and I've got no regrets whatsoever. And if he ever comes in contact with a title, what a way to make a rematch. I would love to rematch him. Know what I mean? it can be we could talk up to be a good little rematch. You know what I mean? Hopefully in the future, but I'm having some nice downtime with the family. I'm taking over. I was back in the gym yesterday, so I'm still going to stay fit, stay active, stay in the boxing clique, still being me. And next year is going to be a good year, mate.
One person I want to ask you about, Joe, I was laughing during fight week. I saw that your biggest fan was trying to sneak himself into the bubble. Your old man was trying to get himself in there.
He's mint me down, man.
Well, he's been obviously away from being a dad. He's been a big support of your career as well. What did he say to you after the fight? How supportive has he been?
Oh, I was getting rushed in the hospital, right? And I got in the hospital, and my dad tried to get in the hospital, and the two security men tried to stop me going to the hospital. I was like, listen, this isn't going to end well. Next thing, he's running for the hospital, going, "Where's my son? Where's my son?" But you would panic if that was like if that was your son. But I knew I was fine, man. I was just a bit my pride was hurt. I had a bit of a sore head. It was just precaution with obviously all the injuries, touch wood, and it never happens again, but people do die in the ring. So I'm glad in the way it got done, just so it's peace of mind. But he does mental, man. I've boxed all over the world, Ryan, and every time he just turns up, he doesn't ask me where I'm fighting. He must Google it, or he must ask me coaches and all that. And next thing I see him at the venue with Dwayne. I'm like, the fuck are you doing here, Dad? And I got weird in, and I walked out. I was drinking a bottle of coconut water, and I seen this man try to stick on the gate, and the security man was stopping him. And I says to my coach, Jono, when yeah, Jono, look at that divvy over there. And he tried that way first. He couldn't get in. So he tried to sneak under the fucking fence. He got caught again. I was going, look at that divvy, man. I went, no, is it? I went, John, oh, it is. It is. It's me, da. I went, da. He says, yeah, I've been caught 4 times trying to fucking sneak in. I was like, yeah, man, da, man, what you like? But he's traveled the world to see his box, and he'll continue doing that. So it's fucking mint, man. It's mint.
Well, Joe, before I let you go, I just wanted to ask you about a couple of matters away from yourself. I know away from the ring, you are a big boxing fan as well. Since you got home, have you managed to watch any of the action from the weekend, Lomachenko Lopez?
You know what? I haven't watched Lomachenko Lopez. I just watched the card. At Petersburg. I think some of the fans are being very, very, very harsh with Ritson and Tommy Ward. Me, like I say, me, Ritson and Tommy Ward could sit, yeah, and we love 10 excuses why we didn't perform. And boxing's mad. When you're winning, you're the next best thing. When you get beat, you're shit and overrated. Know what I mean? Tommy Ward got a cut, what most people would fucking quit from. There's no quitting him. Tommy Ward's a world-class boxer, and when he got caught, it's fight or flight. And he stood his ground and he fought against a kid who's in the Germans of Broadway or some Eastern European country, because we all know the judging against us in them countries are absolutely terrible. Know what I mean? So the good old saying is you have to knock them out to get a draw if you fight all Germany, didn't you? But it was a close fight, but I thought he won the fight like quite comfortable. Know what I mean? So for people to jump in the bandwagon is just shows you how many slinks are in boxing. I went backstage and Ritson came up straight away and says, "Listen, Joe, son," he says, "happened to me. I got beat off Patera. I thought my world was going to end." He went, "But it's how you come back." So yeah, now I fucking respect to that, and there's going to be more big nights next year for boxing for the Northeast. The likes of Savannah Marshall's fighting for the world title there in the month, which I'm absolutely buzzing about. April Hunter's just signed with Tony Bellew. Myself, Tommy Ward, Ritson, the Northeast scene's boomed at the minute, and this little banner at the office for it hasn't changed nothing. It's still going to be booming. We've got the best city in the world. We've got stadiums. We've got the best supporters in the world, and we have got some of the best fighters in the world. So yeah, nothing's changed. My comment hasn't changed whatsoever. I says to people, the journey is more important than the destination. I've gotten the boxing to be world champion. Knowing 5-6 years time, if I actually fulfill my dreams, that 1 in 1,000, I get me world title. Yeah, I'll step back. I go, yeah, this isn't all that. But what's important is the journey, the highs, the lows, the people you meet, the training camps, the training partners, the spars, the press conferences, and all that. It's the journey what's more important. And I'm just blessed to be where I am now. And if it wasn't for my sponsors, I wouldn't. So I just want to say a massive thank you to all my sponsors. They've stuck by us for the good, for the bad, for the corona, through everything. And this loss means nothing. They're sticking by us. And it means the world of us. I'm going to have some nice family time. My cousins, my family, my mum, my nanny, my dad, and all that. Some nice meals out. Put a bit of weight on. See it ticking over. I've got a few boxing meetings in the next few weeks. And then next year, I'm going to come back stronger. Now it's changed. I'm still Bomber. I'm still Lawsy from Benwell. If you want us, give us a knock. Know what I mean? Now it's changed whatsoever, mate. And I'm just blessed to be in the position I am now. I'm a boxing fan with a license. And when I retire, I can say I box behind closed doors. And not many people can say that, can they?
Well, Joe, I must say thank you for doing this interview on the back of that fight, because a lot of fighters, quite rightly, would have said no. So thanks for being very open. Thanks for making the time for Boxing Social. I'm going to let you go there, Joe.
I've always got time for you, Ryan. I've always got time for you.
Well, thank you, Joe. I very much appreciate that. You're welcome on any time, but go and enjoy your family time. Thanks for making time for us. All the best, right?
I want to say a massive thank you to all my, like I say, my sponsors, all the messages on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, etc. These are legends. Peace out, Team Bomber.